When people hear the name Haiti, they often think of crisis, poverty, instability, struggle, images shown on the news, stories told from the outside. But there is another reality, one that doesn't fully appear in headlines. A reality that begins when the sun goes down. During the day, Haiti's streets are filled with movement. Markets open early, vendors set up their stalls. People move through crowded roads trying to earn a living. There is noise, there is energy, there is survival in motion. But as evening approaches, something begins to change. The light fades, shadows grow longer, and slowly, the atmosphere shifts. By the time night arrives, the streets feel different, not empty, but more uncertain. In parts of the capital, Port-au-Prince, the rhythm of the city doesn't stop. It transforms. Streetlights flicker. Some areas go dark completely. Electricity is not always reliable. And where there is darkness, there is vulnerability. For many women, night is not a time of rest. It is another phase of the day, a phase filled with different risks, different pressures, and different decisions, because survival does not follow a schedule. In some neighborhoods, small street businesses continue after sunset. Women selling food, simple meals prepared, with limited resources, cooking over open flames, serving customers who are also trying to get through the night. These moments may look ordinary from the outside, but they carry weight, because every sale matters, every coin counts, and staying out late is not always safe. In areas where security is fragile, the night brings uncertainty. Movement becomes more cautious. Routes are chosen carefully. People stay alert. For women, this awareness is constant. Walking alone is not simple. Even short distances can feel long. Every shadow matters. Every unfamiliar presence is noticed. And yet, many have no choice. Some work late because their income depends on it. Some return home after long shifts. Some are balancing multiple responsibilities in a system that offers very little stability. Inside homes, the situation is not always easier. Many families live in small spaces, limited resources, minimal comfort. After a long day, rest is needed, but responsibilities continue. Cooking, cleaning, caring for children, managing what little is available, and all of this happens, while the outside environment remains unpredictable. In some cases, the pressure goes beyond economics. Social challenges, lack of support systems, limited opportunities. These factors create a reality where women carry multiple burdens at the same time. And yet, these stories are rarely told in full, because they are not simple. They are not just about hardship. They are about survival, adaptation, and quiet resilience. As the night deepens, the city reveals different layers. In some areas, groups gather, people talking, sharing moments, trying to maintain a sense of normal life. In others, the streets become quieter, more tense, more uncertain. For women navigating these environments, awareness becomes instinct, knowing where to go, where not to go, when to move, when to wait. These decisions are not taught in formal ways. They are learned through experience, through observation, through necessity, and over time, they become part of daily life. One of the most difficult parts of this reality is that it is not always visible. From the outside, someone might see a street, a market, a neighborhood, but they may not see the layers beneath it, the risks, the calculations, the emotional weight. And that is what makes this story important, because it is not just about what happens at night. It is about what people carry through it. For many women, strength is not something they talk about. It is something they live, in small actions, daily routines, difficult choices, continuing to work, continuing to care, continuing to move forward, even when conditions are uncertain, even when safety is not guaranteed, even when the system around them offers very little support. This is not a story of extremes. It is a story of reality, a reality that exists every night, quietly, consistently, and often unseen. As the night moves forward, time passes slowly, hours stretch, energy fades, but responsibilities remain. And eventually, morning begins to return. The sky changes, the light comes back, the city starts to wake up again, and with it, a new day begins. But for many women, the cycle never truly stops, because what happens after dark is not separate from the day. It is part of the same story, a story of survival, of pressure, of resilience, and of lives that continue, no matter the time of day. For many women in Haiti, working at night is not a choice. It is a response to pressure, to limited opportunities, to a system that leaves very little room for stability. During the day, thousands of people compete for the same small chances to earn money. Street markets are crowded, jobs are scarce, and income is never guaranteed. For women, this challenge is often even greater because access to stable work is limited. Formal jobs are few, and many positions are already filled or require connections that not everyone has. This pushes many into informal work, selling food, small trading, services that depend entirely on daily demand. But here's the reality. Daytime income is often not enough. Expenses don't stop. Food is needed every day. Rent must be paid. Children must be cared for. And when the day doesn't bring enough income, the night becomes necessary. As the sun sets in cities like Port-au-Prince, a second economy begins to appear. It's not official, it's not structured, but it is real. Women set up small food stands, cooking simple meals, rice, fried snacks, local dishes prepared with whatever ingredients are available. These stands attract workers, drivers, and others who are still active at night. People who also rely on late hours to earn or survive. For the women running these stalls, every customer matters, because this is not extra income. This is survival income. And yet, working at night comes with risks. Lighting is limited. Security is uncertain. Support systems are weak. But the calculation is simple. No work means no money. No money means no survival. So the risk becomes part of the routine. In some cases, women take on multiple roles within the same day. Morning, household responsibilities. Midday, searching for income. Evening, preparing for night work. Night, earning what they can. This cycle repeats, day after day, and over time, it becomes normal. But normal does not mean easy. The physical toll builds up. Long hours, limited rest, constant movement. The emotional toll is harder to see. Stress about money, worry about safety, pressure to support family. These thoughts don't disappear at night. They often become stronger, because night brings silence. And in silence, worries feel louder. Another important factor is family responsibility. Many women are not just supporting themselves. They are supporting others. Children, parents, siblings. This creates a sense of urgency. Every decision matters. Every opportunity is taken seriously, even if it means working in difficult conditions, even if it means sacrificing rest, even if it means stepping into environments that feel unsafe. Because the alternative is worse. Some women also face unexpected expenses, medical needs, school costs, emergency situations, and without savings or financial support, they must find immediate solutions. which often means working more, working longer, working at night. This is how the cycle continues. Another layer of this reality is competition. When many people are trying to survive in the same way, competition increases. More vendors, more stalls, more people trying to sell similar products. This means lower profits, less stability, more pressure, and once again, the response is simple: work harder, work longer, stay out later. In this environment, success is not measured in growth. It is measured in survival. Did you earn enough today? Can you afford tomorrow? Will this continue? These are the questions that shape daily life. And yet, within all of this, there is resilience. Women adapt quickly. They learn what sells. They adjust prices. They change locations. They observe patterns. They understand people. They respond to demand. This adaptability becomes a form of strength, because in a system with very little structure, flexibility becomes survival. But even with this strength, the challenges remain. There is no guarantee of safety, no guarantee of income, no guarantee of improvement. And still, they continue. Because stopping is not an option. One of the most important things to understand about this reality is that it is not driven by choice. It is driven by necessity. When people say, "Why work at night?" they often assume there is an alternative. But for many women in Haiti, the alternative does not exist. Or if it does, it is not enough. So the night becomes part of life, not as an escape, not as a preference, but as a requirement. As the hours pass, fatigue builds, energy drops, focus becomes harder, but the work continues, because every extra hour could mean a little more income, a little more security, and sometimes just enough to get through the next day. As morning approaches again, the night slowly fades, stalls close, streets quiet down, people return home, and for a brief moment, there is rest, but only for a short time, because soon, the cycle begins again. As night deepens in Haiti, the challenges are no longer just about money. They become about safety. Darkness changes everything. Streets that felt busy during the day become unpredictable. Shadows stretch longer. Details disappear. And uncertainty grows. For many women in Port-au-Prince, this is the most difficult part of the night, because risk is not always visible. It is felt in the way people walk faster, in the way conversations become quieter, in the way eyes stay alert, watching everything. There are areas that people avoid completely, not because they are empty, but because they are unknown. And in places where systems are weak, uncertainty becomes part of daily life. For women, this means constant awareness, knowing which roads are safer, which areas have light, where other people are present. Even small decisions matter. Should I take this route? Should I stay longer? Should I leave now? These questions are not occasional. They are constant. Working at night means exposure. Exposure to environments where help is not always available, where problems can escalate quickly, where support systems are limited. And yet, many women continue to work through this, because the need to earn does not disappear at night. Some rely on working in groups, standing near other vendors, creating a sense of shared safety. Others stay close to familiar areas, places they know, places they understand. But even with these strategies, there is no full protection. This creates a silent pressure, a pressure that doesn't always show on the surface, but exists underneath everything. The fear is not always loud. It is controlled, managed, pushed aside, so that work can continue. Because stopping due to fear is not always an option. And this is what makes the situation so complex. Strength here is not about being fearless. It is about continuing, despite fear. As hours pass, fatigue makes everything harder. Reactions slow down. Focus weakens. Energy fades. But awareness must remain high, because the environment does not change. And this combination, physical exhaustion plus mental alertness, is one of the hardest parts of night survival. Many women do not talk openly about these fears, not because they don't exist, but because they are normal. When something becomes part of everyday life, it stops being discussed, but it does not stop affecting people. This is the hidden weight of the night, not just the work, not just the income, but the constant tension of being in an environment that is never fully secure. And still, the night continues. When the night ends, the challenges do not disappear, because for many women, work is only one part of their responsibility. The rest waits at home, in small rooms, in crowded neighborhoods, in limited spaces. Another kind of work begins: cooking, cleaning, caring for children, managing daily life. This is often called the second shift, but in reality, it is not second. It is continuous. There is no clear break between roles. From worker to caregiver to provider, the transition happens instantly, and it happens every day. Sleep becomes limited, rest is short, recovery is incomplete, because time is not enough. And responsibilities do not pause. For mothers, the pressure becomes even heavier. Children need attention, support, guidance, even when energy is low. Even when the body is tired, these needs remain, and so they continue. This creates a cycle of constant movement: work outside, work inside, emotional responsibility, financial responsibility, all carried at the same time. What makes this even harder is the lack of support systems, limited access to services, limited external help, limited stability, which means most of the burden stays within the individual. And yet, within this pressure, there is care. Mothers finding ways to provide, families finding ways to stay together. Small moments of connection. These moments may seem small, but they are powerful because they show something important. Even in difficult conditions, people create meaning. They build relationships. They support each other. They continue. And this continuation is what holds everything together. But it comes at a cost that is not always visible. Fatigue, stress, emotional strain. These do not always appear immediately, but over time, they build. And still, the cycle continues, because survival requires it. It is easy to look at this story and see only hardship, night work, risk, pressure, fatigue. But that is not the full picture, because within this reality, there is also strength, there is adaptation, there is intelligence, there is resilience. Women learn quickly. They understand their environment. They adjust their routines. They make decisions based on experience. They know what works, what doesn't, what to avoid. This knowledge is not taught in classrooms. It is built through life, through observation, through trial and error, through survival. There are also moments of connection, conversations between vendors, shared experiences, support within small communities. These interactions create a sense of belonging, even in uncertain environments. And this is important, because survival is not only physical, it is emotional. Feeling connected, feeling understood, feeling less alone, these things matter. Another important layer is hope. Not always loud, not always visible, but present. Hope for better income, hope for stability, hope for a different future. This hope may not always be clear, but it exists. And it plays a role in continuation. Because without hope, continuing becomes harder. This is what makes the story complex. It is not just about suffering. It is about survival systems. It is about how people adapt when options are limited, how they create structure in environments without stability, how they move forward, even when progress is slow. And this complexity is important because it challenges simple narratives. It reminds us that reality is layered, that behind every visible situation, there are deeper stories. And that understanding requires more than observation. It requires attention. It requires awareness. It requires seeing beyond the surface. As the story moves forward, one final layer remains: the connection between this reality and the outside world. Because what happens here is not isolated. It is connected to larger systems. And in the final part, that connection becomes clear. What happens in Haiti does not stay in Haiti, because this story is connected to the world, the clothes we wear, the products we use, the systems we depend on. They are all part of a bigger picture, a picture where some lives remain visible and others stay hidden, far away from headlines, far away from comfort. There are people living realities we rarely think about. And for many women in Haiti, every single day is a balance between survival and sacrifice, between hope and pressure, between what they want and what they must do. This is not just about one country. It's about a system where the cost is not always seen, but always felt. And maybe the question is not just about them. Maybe the question is about us. What do we choose to see? What do we choose to ignore? Because behind every unseen story, there is a human life, a real struggle, a real journey, and a reality that deserves to be understood. Not judged, just understood.